Hi everyone, this is Crystal, and today I'm working with the Of the Season kit from Feed Your Craft. It's a gorgeous holiday themed kit. I'm very excited to start using it. I'm actually going to be working in my 2018 December Daily album because it's obviously not Christmas yet, and I'm not entirely sure what my Christmas documenting is going to look like for this year. So I've decided just to go back and fill in some days in my 2018 album, which there are a lot to fill in. I've basically just started it. If you saw any of my videos last year, I haven't done any more than what I've shown already. So a lot of work to do. So expect to see a lot of this album coming up in the next couple months. To make it a little bit easier on myself, what I have done is just sketched out a few pages in a notebook so that I know what size to print my photos and I know where things are going to go. That way I don't have to work from the beginning and I can just kind of skip around as I feel like working on things. So I'm just going to pull out a couple of page protectors from the back and get started. So I have my photos already printed. This is actually from December 23rd of last year. This was our family Christmas, so it was us in Kentucky visiting my family and having our Christmas there. So this is what I have, a few photos and a little insert to go in between, and I am just going to put you on fast forward and get started. So I have my photos laid out where I think I want them. Now I'm going to start going through the cards and picking out ones that will work with these stories. So I grabbed one that has the writing all across it. I thought that would work really well with the photo of Jesse with one of his gifts. And then I really liked the card with the ornaments on it next to the photo of the tree. And then the other one that says Love of the Season also worked really well for the other side. So I like how this looks. I'm going to start going through the die cuts that come in this set. So this collection has vellum die cuts, absolutely gorgeous vellum die cuts, and I want to include all of them. So I keep trying to add more and more, but I had to remind myself to keep it simple and not get carried away. So I decided to add one of the green stars to the photo of the Christmas tree, and then I'm going to add a red star to the insert. So this is a photo I took outside as it started snowing. I took it from inside through the wreath on my mom's front door. So that's what that photo is. And I also added a little vellum gift box to one of the other cards. And then I decided I definitely wanted to do some stamping. So I grabbed the stamp set that comes part of this kit, as well as some Versamark ink. I'm going to do some embossing. So I stamped the little starburst a few times on a sheet of vellum. I chose vellum just so it matched the other embellishments that were part of this kit. And I stamped it 3 times just so I could make sure that I got a really good impression and would be happy with one of them at least. And I also was sure to prime the stamp before I stamped just to make sure again that I got a very good impression. And then I added some gold embossing powder. That's just from my stash. I don't even remember where I got it. I've had it for a very long time. It was probably either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And then I'm just going to hit it with my heat gun and melt that powder until I get this really beautiful sparkly gold embossed stamp. So once I clean up my area a little bit and make sure that I don't have embossing powder everywhere, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more stamping just while I have everything out. So I grabbed the Merry and Bright stamp from the stamp set and just some VersaFine black onyx ink, and I'm stamping that on the vellum. Again, I'm stamping it a few times just to make sure I get one that I'm really happy with. And then I let that dry completely and just fussy cut both of those out by hand. And now I am taking my diamond press die cutting machine and a little die from Studio Calico. This is super old again. It's one that creates these little tabs that allow you to add in items to your albums. So that's what I did. I just die cut 2 of those out of just a piece of scrap green paper from my stash. This is actually Christmas paper from my Christmas stash. So I just die cut 2 of those, and then I'm going to use these to add little tabs onto my insert so that it will slip into my album. And I was trying to do it the wrong way, but I eventually figured it out. I just needed to flip that card over, and I'm using the page protector to line it up so I can make sure I get those holes in the exact right spot, and then just adding those with my tape runner, and then I'm going to sandwich them in between the photo and the card that I've chosen for the back, and that is my insert. So I just took it to the album to make sure it fit like it's supposed to, and now I can go ahead and embellish this. So I've added one of those starbursts that I embossed to the center of that red star, and I feel like it needs something else. I tried the Merry and Bright, but it was just too many layers of vellum. I really needed some other texture on this page. So I went through some of my stash to find something that I thought would work. I tried those puffy stickers, but they were really too small. But I eventually found this die cut. It was from the Merry Days collection last year, just from my stash, and it was the perfect color and the perfect size just to fit across these 2 embellishments. So I'm just going to adhere all of these down, and I'm just using regular tape runner to adhere these because the vellum that comes in the kit is actually a bit more opaque, and you cannot see the adhesive behind it, which is wonderful. So you don't have to have any kind of special adhesive to glue these down. And because I had embossed the vellum that I had, you also couldn't see the adhesive behind that. So doing the same thing on the other side, just adding a blue star and one of the little snowflake die cuts from the kit, and then I just stapled those together and popped those up on some foam adhesive just to give a little bit more interest and some added dimension, since that is not going to be in a pocket. Now back to my full page. Now that the insert is done, I can finish up all of the little embellishing on this side. So I'm going to glue down this green star that I have on the photo of my mom's tree, and I added that Merry and Bright stamped piece of vellum that I created just on the top of that. And I did use regular tape runner on that. You can see it through the thing that I stamped, but it's okay. It doesn't bother me too much. I wish I had used a different adhesive, but I wasn't thinking about it at the time, so no big deal. For the final embellishment, I just grabbed some labels from my stash. These are super old Martha Stewart labels from Staples, and they're the perfect color red. So I'm just going to stamp December details on one end and add that to the top of this photo, trim off the excess, and then I'm going to finish up this spread by adding some puffy hearts from Feature Crafts. So and that's going to be it. I do all of my journaling off camera, but you can see it here in the close-up photos. This spread came together super fast with this kit. It was so easy to pull this together and create something that really turned out something I'm really happy with. I really like the way it turned out. So everything that I used will be linked down below. You can pick them up for yourself in the shop. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you back here soon.